Lady Lise. Is it Lise or Liz? Say hello and let me know that you are joining. Today we are going to talk about timeline shifting. Let's put it here. There we go. We can put it over there. All right, we're going to go live on Instagram as well. I am going to be talking today about timeline shifting, and we are going to talk about it from an aspect of what you need in order to shift your timeline. If you have ever heard about timeline shifting, drop it in the comments because I want to see what you know about it, what you don't know about it, and all the things. And if you have questions, let me know. Can you hear me? Is the number one thing I want to ask. Because if you can hear me, then we're good. Um, Everybody that's joining in all the places, hello, hello, hello. So today I want to talk about the timeline shifting and what I call the mechanism. How do you shift timelines? Hello, Mitza. Mitza, if you are creating anything, manifesting something in your life, drop it in the comments and let me know. And so, one of the biggest things when we come to timeline shifting, reality shifting, that piece, I am going to talk about one of the most important mechanisms and why this is one of the things that I talk about most importantly. Okay. And so come in, say hello. I can't wait to talk to you about this because it is going to change your freaking life. All right. So if you have joined, say hello. Hello, Jessica. How are you? Let me know what you're manifesting. What are you creating? We're going to talk about reality shifting, like how you can actually shift your reality and how it doesn't have to take a ton of time. I'm actually going to break it down, and I've coached over 20,000 women. So I'm going to show you what I've seen, what the shifts I've seen, and how this it shifts for you and how it can shift for you. And so I want to talk to you one about the timeline shifting mechanism. If you share this, give me some hearts, continue to share this out to all of your friends and all of the people, because the more you share this, the more I'll be able to go deeper into this. Hello, Swab Winkler. Hello, 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 joining. We are doing this in all the places. So we're in TikTok, we're in Facebook, YouTube, all the places. So definitely drop your hello. I want to talk to you about, we're going to talk about a timeline shifting mechanism. What is required in order for you to shift your timeline, and what you need to do and what you need to embody, which is very important in order to have and experience the shift. So if you want me to use some examples that feel so good and juicy to you and that match what you're trying to create in your life, put that in the comments. What do you want to create? If you were to look at your life 90 days from now, what do you want it to look like? How do you want it to shift? How would you like to wake up and know that you are experiencing? Put some of those in the comments so that I can hear those and see those, and I can use those as examples. Okay. And so what I want to talk to you about is the most important timeline shifting mechanism, and that is shifting your identity. I am sitting here chilling out on the couch. Who joined? Oh, hello, specialty, special healthy. Hello, 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 user. How are you doing? We are talking about timeline shifting. And so, what I want you to do, drop it in the comments, what you would like your life to look like 90 days from now, because it doesn't have to take time. Time is not required. Give me some hearts, heart, 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 heart. We're going to, oh, did I forget my water? I did. I'll get it. Oh, there it is. We are going to really break down how you get to have exactly what you want, and it gets to unfold, and time is not an option. So that's what we're going to be talking about, how quickly you can actually manifest the things that you desire. Hello, hello, hello. Put some hearts, share this, tap the screen. What did I say? Tapping is clapping. So tapping is clapping. Share this to your friends. I would also love, 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 love for this to get out to more people. So one of the things that is the way to shift your identity, right? The way to actually get the things that you desire. Most of my clients are looking to have a multi-million-dollar business, right? They want to have success. They want the business success. I have so many clients. A lot of them who are melanated women who are tired of working in corporate. They're tired of like working for other people, and they're ready to use their gifts, right, to make multiple millions. They're tired of working for someone else and making them a ton of money, and they're ready to make it for themselves. How many of you are like that? I know I was. I worked 20 years in corporate, and I was very successful, had a multiple six-figure career, but there came a point where I wanted to make that for myself. And I see the hearts, I see some yeses, I see hello, Golden, hello, Kitya, it's so good to see you. But how many of you are like, I know that I've been placed on this earth to do something bigger? Let's see. KMG says yes, yes, yes. Hello, Romy. So I want you like declare it. I am here to do something bigger. What would you like to do? Because I am going to show you how it doesn't have to take a ton of time. You could look at yourself 90 days from now and be like, oh my God, I am a totally different person. Let's see. Special healthy hair. Oh, I love it. Healthy hair. Yes, yes, yes. Underneath all this, we got some healthy hair. You get to decide that you can be whatever you desire to be. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's see. KMC says, I am here to do something bigger. Yes, place it in the comments. I am here to do something bigger. And so if you know you're here to do something bigger, that is a desire. And I want you to know that desire is coming from a version of you that is already doing it. There is a version of you that is already doing something bigger. There is a version of you that already has the vision. There's a version of you that's already doing that. And so all you get to do, all you need to do is shift to the timeline where that is the case, where that is who you are. Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Everybody grab your heart me's. If you are on the tiki-taki, grab a heart me. All right. I see some hearts over here on Facebook. I see some people on Instagram. If you know that you're here to do something bigger. What are you here to do? Declare it in the comments. Say, I am here to, and just say it. I'm here to, for me, I knew my vision was I wanted to help thousands and thousands of women, especially women who are melanated. I wanted to help thousands of women to use their gifts to make millions of dollars so that they, right, can be the women who are like living the soft life, right? Their amazing life, but also living it fulfilled, feeling fulfilled, not on someone else's 9-to-5 schedule, not on someone else's dime, not on someone else's telling them what to do. They get to do it on their own. Why? Look, I turned 50 in 19 days. I will be 50 years old. And I am not telling you this from some 20-year-old like fantasy. I am telling you this from a lived experience, of having worked corporate, from a lived experience, from having done a lot of the things that I'm doing today. And I had to shift to the timeline where I decided that I got to be that version of me. And I didn't need to wait for anyone else's permission. How many of you are picking up what I'm putting down? You do not have to wait for anyone else's permission. And so what did I use to pull that lever? When I was working for someone else, and when I had 20 years of corporate experience making billions of dollars, millions, hundreds of millions of dollars for Victoria's Secret, for all of these Coca-Cola company, for all of these other companies, what lever did I need to pull in order for me to start doing that for me? What do you think? I had to shift my identity. And so remember how I said there is a version of you. Hello, Marav. There is a version of you that is already doing this, right? There's a version of you that already has the business, that has left corporate or has left that company. There is a version of you that is already doing this. And so you get to say, okay, that version of me exists. I'm now going to be that version of me. Hello, Lady Di. You get to say, I am that version. And so how many of you, if you could sit and imagine and close your eyes, can you close your eyes with me? If you're not driving, don't do it if you're driving. But if you were to close your eyes right now, can you even feel, experience? Because when I say see, some people are like, I don't see anything, but you can feel it. See the version of you that is doing the thing that you desire. Can you close your eyes and tell me, say yes in the comments if you can feel the version of you that is living the life that you desire? Put some yeses in the comments. If you could close your eyes, imagine yourself waking up. You're waking up and you look around you. You're in the home that you desire. You put your feet on the floor and you're going into the bathroom, and the bathroom is the one that you envision. You're getting ready. You're putting the clothes on. Yeah, and you see that you're like, let's say you're working for yourself. So you're putting on your makeup, you're doing your hair, you're doing the thing, and you are getting your computer ready to do whatever it is that you do. Feel that in your body. And I see a lot of yeses. Yes, I feel this. Yes, yes. Okay. And so if you are feeling this, that means that it's already a version of you that's doing it. There's already a version of you that is doing it right now. You wouldn't be able to imagine it. You wouldn't be able to tap into it. You wouldn't be able to connect to that if that didn't already exist. I receive. Solita says, I receive. And so know that. Then let me break something else to you, break it down for you. That means that there is no gap between you right here, right now, and that version of you. The only gap is the perceived gap. It's that 3D reality. And so what if you right now on this timeline, and then that's the version of you on that timeline, you can shift to that timeline. If you believe that you could shift to that timeline, say yes, put some yeses in the comments, say yes, yes, yes. Okay. And so one of the biggest ways, the mechanism that I talk about is your identity, because what you are experiencing right now, you don't manifest. I see some yeses, some yes, 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 yes. So yes. So you don't manifest what you want. You manifest who you are. Okay. You manifest who you are. I see yes, Infinite Rock. I love these names. Say yes. I see some yeses in Instagram. I see some yeses everywhere. And so when you decide, okay, there's a version of me doing this, and then there's a version of me doing that, the first way to start shifting your reality is to decide that you get to be the timeline version of you that is already doing it. And so if you just drop it in the notes, I decide that I am, and put that version of you. I decide that I am the woman who has her own business. I decide that I am the woman who has the things that they desire. I decide that it is me. Hello, Jay. Hello, everybody that's joining right now. And so from you deciding, hello, Simone, from you deciding that I decide that this is who I am, that's the first step of you shifting your timeline. I'm telling you, timeline shifting is not hard. I'm going to tell you what the biggest piece is. Hello, Tanya. Hello, Tanya. All right. So you've imagined it. You've tapped in. You've said, okay, I see myself living in that house. I see myself doing that job. I see myself being the CEO of my own company. I see myself using my gifts, my vision, my work, my brilliance for me and making myself the money. And helping the people. I see myself supporting and helping that group of women that I decided, or the group of men, or the group of people with my product, my service, whatever. I've decided that I'm doing that. So you decided that, right? It's already done. Okay. Your next step, once you decide, is to look at, okay, who am I being now, right now? Your identity. Who am I being today? Versus who is the woman that has that? What are they doing today? All right. Thank you for the heart, Simone, Elena G, Rock. What are those differences? So when I decided that I was going to leave corporate all those years ago, I've been doing this full time since 2000 and what are we? We're 2026. So full time since 2018. But I created this vision and I started my company in 2013. So we've got 13 years of doing this, but full time since 2018. I was a corporate executive in my head. Okay. So I was the identity of the corporate girly. All right. So I woke up 9 to 5 and I did my thing. I went to the work, I went to the job, I did all the things, I executed for them while I was setting up this business. And I never fully embodied the CEO identity because I was for so long in my head working for someone else, so long in my head taking actions for someone else. I never fully anchored in the timeline of being the CEO of my business. But you, with what I've learned over this time, can choose to be the CEO, even if you're going to that corporate job every day. You can choose to see that corporate job as your side job. You could choose to see that other position as the side position, and you walk in there every day as a CEO of your own company. You can do that today. If you want to do that today, say yes, yes, yes. But I didn't. I didn't because I wasn't thinking identity shifting. I was just like, what do I need to do? And so I was doing all the doing things, right? So I took the action. I left the corporate job. I was doing all of those things. I see Selena's like, yes, yes, yes. I was doing all the right things, but I wasn't doing it from the identity of a CEO. I was doing it as an employee who had a business. And so, because I was doing that from that identity, guess what? I ended up having to file for bankruptcy. My client was having a $102,000 day. I'll never forget it. She just hit $102,000. At another client, she was doing $150,000 in a month. I'm talking about months now, a month. And me, nope, I was still acting like an employee. I was charging like my one-to-one prices were too low. They were making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, and I was only charging them $900 a month to work with me one-to-one. Because what? I still had an employee mindset. I hadn't shifted my identity. Thank you for the rose. Thank you, Infinite, for the rose. Infinite Rocket Power. I love that name. I hadn't shifted my identity because I still was working. I was a worker bee still. I wasn't the CEO. How many of you are picking up what I'm putting down? Let me know. Drop it in the comments if you're like, I feel it. And so I needed to shift my identity to being the woman who was the CEO, who had a vision, had a mission, who knew who she was here for. And in order to do that, that's where I had to also bring in this piece, the timeline shifting piece. And so I saw myself, I'll never forget, I was I'm filing for bankruptcy because I had gone from a multiple six-figure career to barely making, I maybe wasn't even close to $10,000 yet. And so you go, really good salary, guaranteed, still living in the same place, right? Still having the same expenses to like nothing, right? And that shook me, but I know why, right? Everything. Oh, thank you for the heart me. Everybody get your heart me's, join the club. Thank you so much. I know why. And the reason why that happened, I will never say that anything that's ever happened in my life was bad, because I know that everything was a masterpiece to get me to where I am. I have gone from bankruptcy to creating a 7-figure business. And that's something that I will be able to say for the rest of my life. But it was because I decided to shift the timelines. I went from employee mindset. I went from trying to get clients to being the I am. Hello, Consuela and Josito. We are talking about timeline shifting. Thank you for the hand heart. Yes, thank you so much, Nina. I appreciate it. And so I went from bankrupt employee playing entrepreneur, okay? And I went to the person who the I am. And I'm going to tell you guys how to do that. Oh my goodness. Wait, hold on. Stop the mic. Wait, first of all, thank you, Nina, for the hand heart. You are my first hand heart, I believe. So I thank you so very much. But first, can I break down something for you? Everybody that's listening right now. Josito. Oh, Josito came to my live a couple of weeks ago. What's like 3 weeks now. I have tears. I'm so happy for you. Josito was down. Tell him how you were feeling in the comments. I'm going to explain it, but tell him how you were feeling. You were feeling down. You were feeling disconnected. You were like, what do I need to do? Because the person that Josito wanted to be with, there was a disconnect, and he was feeling down. And I said, no, you gotta focus on you. Remember that you are the most desired. You shifted timelines. Josito shifted timelines. Josito became the one, the most desired king. That's the way we were talking about, the most desired king. Josito said, look, I'm going to love myself. I'm going to decide that I am desired. I am going to decide that this is the way it gets to be. And now we've got 3 weeks later, Josito took a live action message, his SP, and let's just say she is upset. Can we all like give some claps and celebrate Josito? Celebrate. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Consuela, for the heartbeats. Everybody get your heartbeats. Oh my God. Like, I'm going to cry. Oh my God. Thank you for the confetti. Nina, oh, can we all just feel, I just want you to feel my joy. This is the way I feel for all of my clients. It's so good. And Josito we are friends. We are here on TikTok, and I'm just so happy for you. Not only did I manifest my SP, but also money and a new business I'm starting up all at 18 years old. I'm so proud of you. This is only the beginning. Okay, y'all don't have me crying here, because I care about, this is what's missing. I feel oftentimes in the coaching industry is that people, they don't care. Lord, y'all gonna have me messing up my nice Josito, you got me messing up. I'm gonna cry all this makeup off and put it on my light color blanket. But I care about each one of my clients, my followers. Like I care about you guys so much. And thank you, Michelle. I just want you guys to know there's craziness going out on this world today, but there is so much good happening too. And you get to focus on the good. And I just want you that there is no limits. In 3 weeks, Josito's life looks totally different from what it looked like 3 weeks ago. And I am so proud, because there were times when days were hard, right, Josito? There were times when it was like, oh, right? And the 3D. Yes, I even surprised myself of how different I am. This is why I do what I do. This is why I do what I do. Oh, guys, feel the joy. I am so happy for you, Josito. I had to stop the whole live because this is why I do what I do. I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of you from taking the actions, from deciding that you got to feel love. Like, yes, Josito said, this is just the beginning. I want to thank you for allowing me the feelings of the wish fulfilled. Yes, yes. Because it was done. When you decided that that person got to come back into your life, now you get to just be the person that it did. And that's the biggest piece. Timeline shifted. You literally shifted your timeline from sad, depressed, not with your SP, not in that relationship, to it's mine. We are together and it is done. But you had to do that by letting it go. You had to do that by accepting what was, because I've decided that it shifted. And so I'm not going to pay attention to the 3D. I'm not going to pay attention to what is. I am going to focus on what I desire for it to be. And I am so, so happy for you. I am so proud of you. At 18 years old, did it. And so, what is your excuse? What are your excuses? Because the you that has it, the you that has decided that you have created the business, the love, all of those things, there's no excuses. You just get to decide to be that version of you. Let's see. Simone said, this was my first time here and I feel so inspired. I am so, yes. Let's see. What a blessing, Nina. Queen Vanessa, welcome. Queen Vanessa, guess what? Josito is with his SP. SP is obsessed with him. Obsessed. Queen Vanessa, I believe, was on the first call that Josito was on, right? Queen Vanessa, it was about 3 weeks ago. And so Queen Vanessa knows. Yes, ma'am. Yes. And so there's no excuses. Josito is 18 years old. Josito decided, put his pen to paper and was like, this is done. I decide that I am with that person. It really happened so quick when I just shifted to the knowing and placed myself on the pedestal. Yes, placing yourself on the pedestal. Happy Monday, Queen Vanessa. Amen. Yes. Oh my God. Congratulations. Feel the joy. I want you all to feel the joy. And that was not 3 weeks. 3 weeks. That's how quickly your life can change. That's how quickly your life can change. Congratulations, Josito. Congratulations. Bask in this. Feel it. And look, he did this. He didn't buy my programs. He didn't jump into my programs. He watched these lives. He came to these lives and did the work. I give it all. I give you what you need to shift. If you decide to take the alignment assessment or you decide to come into the alignment lab, that is gravy. That is bonus. That's the bonus. Hands down, imagine what we get to do together. But Josito was like, I'm going to take what this woman has said to me and I am going to decide that it's already done. Okay, I'm going to stop crying now because that's so much joy, connecting with a mentor. Yes. I feel renewed. I feel renewed too. I'm so proud of you. Don't let this moment, I want you to anchor in this moment and anchor in this joy. Everybody that's feeling like speaking with a daycare owner, yes. I'm more confident in everything. Congratulations, Josito. Reese Monet. Yes. Congratulations, Queen Vanessa. And Queen Vanessa, update us on how the baby is feeling. Let's see. I want this feeling. Been persisting for 2 months. Michelle, tell me what you are manifesting. We will talk about it. What I want you guys to know is that there is no separation from you and the version of you that has it. There was no separation from Josito and him being the Josito that has the SP. Okay, let's see. Nina says, congratulations to you both. Blessings, top of blessings. Thank you. Let's see. Queen Vanessa registered with the Small Business Institution at Lehman College. Congratulations. Vanessa is the leader and the founder of an absolutely amazing school. And that school will be opening soon, right? Opening soon. And so I'm really excited. There's so many things. I feel so much fantastic movement on some things. Yes. Okay. So one of the big things I wanted to say, so you guys see how fast it can shift. right? Let's see. King is doing well. He's 9 months now and kissing and talking a lot. Thank you. I'm so glad King is doing better. Queen Vanessa was on a call and she had to take little King to the hospital, and we sent healing energy. We said we saw him whole and healthy. And so I am so happy that he is doing better. Yes, yes, yes. Guys, I'm telling you, look, I do these lives and I remember each and every one of you. I really do. I really, really do. But getting back, my SP has pushed away has been rough. Okay, so Michelle, tell me what you are like. You say so the SP and some of the like, put it down. Say, I decide. Everybody, whatever you are manifesting, I want to see it in all the notes. Say, I decide. Okay, I decide that I am manifesting. I decide this is done. Let's see. Funny enough, he took the oxygen mask and said, I'm going. Yes, yes, yes. Tell me how to pronounce your name, Sway. Let me know. I decide. So for example, I decide that I have a multiple $1,000,000 business. So a multi-million dollars in a 365-day period. So I've done the million over a time period. I'm deciding that it's over a 365-day period. Let's see. Michelle says, I decide that my SP comes back and wants to give me this a second chance. I decide I am the founder of I'm going to come back and read that. Let's see. Swa. Okay, so I was right. Swa says, I decide that I am manifesting what? Tell me, give me the details. Give me all the juicy details. Let's see. Queen Vanessa says, I am the founder of an all-woman book club. Okay, yes, I love that. SP, those of you who want to know what SP is, SP stands for specific person. But because that has been used so much, I believe it's kind of you can't say it on TikTok or put it into any like a post or anything like that. So you had to use SP as the initials. So this is someone who is looking to bring a specific person into their life. And so, yes, I am the founder of an independent school. Done and done. If you guys are like, tell me what it is, you decide. So that's the first piece. So swap, what are you deciding? What have you decided you are manifesting? And so this is the thing. This is what Josito did. Yes, put your crown on, fam. Healed marriage, no divorce. Okay, Jennifer, a healed marriage, no divorce. Let's see. Nina, I decide I am a successful business owner that helps others do what they love. Yes, 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 Vanessa. Okay. And so you're dropping all of these things. I will continue to look at the comments. And so we are sending you, Jennifer, healing vibes. Yes, yes. I decide that I'm the successful CEO and I am confident and brave. Okay, Brandon joined. Hello, everyone that's joining. So now that you've decided, remember how I said that there is you wouldn't be able to have this desire. What if you knew that this desire is coming from the version of you, the future version? So you have the past, the present, and you've got the future, right? It's all happening as once. And there's that version of you that already has the business, has the love, is having the successful relationship. Thank you for the roses, Reese. Thank you so much. There's a version of you that has all of this, okay? And so that version of you is the version of you that is piquing that interest, bringing that desire in your body right now to call that forward. Hello, Aligned Dreamers. Hello, hello, hello. We are talking about timeline shifting. All right, that feels good. Wow, I didn't realize that. Okay. And so if you know that the past, present, and future, it's all happening at once, that version of you, that future version of you is calling you forward to it's time. Okay, so you decided, now it is done. Now all you need to do is listen to your inspirations. Let's see. Swa says over 50 Women's International Reconnection. I love it. So is that, oh, okay. So over 50 Women's International Reconnection. Swa, I'm almost your client, girl. I'll be 50 in 19 days on March 21st. So, hey, here we come. And so let's see, those live streams are just awesome. I am so happy to have you. And so let me just use Josito as an example. So Josito decided that he had, yes, Josito decided that he had his SP. And what he decided was that he was the most desired queen, which means that his SP was manifesting him. All right. And so, yeah, all my people manifesting 50 years or being 50 years old, say hello. Yes, I'll be 50, March 21st. Thank you so much. You are amazing too. And so if you decided that, Josito said, I decide that I have my SP. I decide that I'm the most desired king. I decide that that person's obsessed with me. And I do that by becoming obsessed with myself. You guys remember that hello, Lou. You decide that you're obsessed with yourself, okay? Then other people have no choice but to be obsessed with you. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Yes, yes. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yes, I get it from my mama and my daddy. They look amazing too. Okay, and so, yes, why are you so obsessed with me? Thank you for the hand hearts. I appreciate it. Happy early birthday. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Nina. Oh my God, Nina, you're making me cry. Thank you for the hand hearts. I am so excited. Okay, and so when you decide, like Josito decided he didn't need the external to change. He didn't need for the SP to follow him again. Didn't need for the SP to be like, I love you, I love you, I love you. Decided I'm desired. And what happened? First, external people started to be like, hey, what's up, what's up? He started, a lot of other people started to see him and started to be like, hey. And then he kept knowing that this gets to shift. I am the person that's with this in this relationship. I am desired and I am the most desired king. Okay. And so that's where the identity shifting happens, right? Swa, Lou, Aligned Dreamers, Michelle, Nina, Josito, Simone, everybody that's on this call, Queen Vanessa. You decide that you're this version of you, and now we can start shifting. But there's one aspect to your identity, and this is what we do in the Alignment Lab. The biggest piece of that identity shifting, right, is remembering that you are the I am. I put this in a video. I posted the video, I believe, on TikTok. You might see it on the other places too, not YouTube just yet. I'll put it there. But when I decided that I was the I am, that meant that there could never be a distance between me and that version. So I want you to imagine this. Remember when I had you close your eyes and imagine you were already there. So, over 50 Women International Reconnection, right? Over my SP, having just joyous reconnecting in my marriage, no divorce. Like we're just so in love with each other again, right? So when you imagine that and you imagine you being there, you imagine yourself loving yourself so much, seeing your value so much, seeing that you are leading these companies and doing all these things. When you put yourself there, you are seeing it from an observer perspective. Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. So you are the observer of this happening. The observer. Thank you so much, everybody that is joining the fan club and doing the shares. I appreciate it. And so when you decide I am the observer of this, there is no separation from it. And so I want you, we could do this again. Close your eyes. Whatever you said, I decide. I want you to see a version of you doing that. Simone says, I am here. Yes, yes, I understand. Yes, I'm loving this. Okay. So let's do it together. I want you all to close your eyes. You all put some things that you decided were done. Decided. Okay. And so I said, I decide I'm the multimillionaire. Josito said, I decide I'm with the SP. So that she's obsessed with me. I decide that I have the marriage where I'm so in love and we are so connected. It's connected like when we first said I do. It's connected like when we first met. We are back. We are in love. It's just so much more powerful even. Okay. And so I want you to close that. They say observer means he's not contributing. Oh, I'm going to come back. Okay. Major goosebumps. I love it. No, the observer just means that there's no separation because you are the I am. And that means you can observe the timeline where this is happening and you can drop into that physicality and be that version. There was never a separation, right? And so if I okay, this is a good example. How many of you have played those games like The Sims, where you are putting on like the identity of one of the Sims players? Yes, it's like a memory, or it's a timeline that's existing, and now you get to jump into that timeline. You get to be that timeline. So if I decide I am, that's a good question, Lou. I'm going to come back to that. Lou on said, "What if I can't decide?" We're going to come back to that. So when you think about the Sims, okay? Yes, Sims. If you think about the Sims or the choose your own reality games, okay? You are playing you are the observer, really. But you're playing that on the timeline of whatever that character is. So what if you had two Sims games going and you had one reality where you're like married and you're having the kids, but then you also have another reality on the Sims where you're single and you're like partying and not doing the thing. Did that change? Did you change? Or did just the timeline you chose changed? Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. And so Josito got to choose either lonely, sad, depressed timeline, or I'm the most desired king timeline. Josito chose the most desired king timeline. And so if you remember that you're the observer, and so right now, whatever you're experiencing now, you're observing and you're choosing to experience it, then you can shift and you can shift to the timeline where you're observing and experiencing that. Now, some of you are going to be like, well, I'm choosing the timeline where I'm a billionaire, Christine, but where are my billions of dollars? How many of you had that question? Be real, tell the truth. I'm choosing the timeline where I got the $1 billion. Where are my billions of dollars? Look, time 3D has to catch up with you. Okay, so Nina says yes. Elijah says yes, yes. Okay. And so you've got to give the 3D time to catch up with you. And what if I told you I had a calculation of how long that takes? Let's see. Yes, girl, help me get to the other timeline. I feel like I'm right in between. Okay. There is no in between. It's just the 3D catching up with you. And so if all of you decide right now, everybody who's on here says, okay, Christine, I am yes, the 3D just needs to catch up to you, because once you decide, you have jumped the timeline. And now all I need you to do is be that version of you. So I'm going to choose something that is outside of business, and then I'll choose the business. Let's see. Nina loves love. I feel stuck. I can see my new timeline and the old at the same time. Of course, but that's because you keep looking at the old. I want you to stop looking at the old. Okay. She said the 3D is teaching me patience. It's already done. We don't even need patience. You're speaking so many facts. Okay. Nina, what was it? Nina loves love. I love that name. Tell me what you're manifesting, and I am going to show you how to do it. Okay, y'all picking up what I'm putting down. And so I'm first going to go to who was manifesting. Somebody, thank you, Reese, for the roses. Thank you so much. Who is manifesting like they're in a relationship right now and they want to not have the divorce? Who was that? I want to use that, and I wanted to use your name, but if you guys if you drop it in the comments, I just remember that it's Jennifer, right? Okay, Jennifer. All right, guys, Jennifer's gonna get the most amazing like shift. All right, Jennifer, you've decided that you are in an amazing marriage. Like you are so in love with you. You are so in love with the partner, him. You are so in love with how you guys are. Okay. Can you guys like, and we're going to do this for our business example too, but I want to do love first. Okay. Manifesting love, partnership, and business and helping others. Okay. Yes. All right. And so right now, say, I decide that I am in a loving relationship, a loving marriage. So the moment you decide is the moment you shift the timeline, the moment you have like decided to be on that timeline. So energetically, there is no gap because you've decided. Because you've decided to stop looking at the 3D timeline where things are not looking, they're not great. Okay. You're going to shift to the timeline where you're like, I am so loved. And you're going to start like giving yourself the love that you desire from your partner. This is the first thing. You are going to start, Jennifer, I want you in the mirror and I want you looking at yourself in the mirror. And because mirrors are portals. And I want you start to looking at yourself. I'm looking at myself. I'm acting looking at myself right now. Facebook, give me a chance. I'm going to look at TikTok right now. Just looking at myself in the mirror, and you're going to start to say, I am so loved. I am so adored. I am so loved, and I am so adored. You're going to say, I am so loved and so adored. And you're going to love yourself, like feel it really tap into loving yourself. Okay. All right. And then number 2, I want you to, this is going to be a challenge because when we are in a relationship, sometimes the 3D, you have the partner and they're not doing what you want them to do. How many of y'all like, yeah, they're not doing what I want them to do. So they're not doing what you want them to do. That's okay. That's okay. We're going to ignore it. I'm going to give you an example for one of my clients. One of my clients, she had a relationship and it was just not what she wanted. And I told her, I said, stop looking at him. Stop focusing on him. Stop trying to change him. And I want you to focus on you. And so she was like, this is so hard. And I was like, it is so hard. And so what she decided to do was she really started to like love on herself. So she would have her like giving herself hugs. She would start to speak to herself, loving and kind, all the things she wanted him to do, buying flowers, all those things. She started to do them for herself. Fast forward, it was probably about, probably 90 days later. Guess what? Who got taken on a trip, a vacation? It was like a 3-month-long vacation. She's an entrepreneur and he wasn't starting his next position until like 3 months later. He took her around the world for 3 months. They went to all these different little places in islands and all of these things. And she was like, he was like a brand new man. She was like, I don't know what happened. I like manifested a whole new man, but in the same body. Why? Because she started to be and give herself. Well, first of all, she started to be the partner that was loved and adored. Number 2, she decided she didn't need to change him. She knew he got to change to her timeline. He got to show up on her timeline the way she wanted him to show up. But for 90 days, he was not being that person. He was gradually shifting, but she would come and she'd be like, I'm so frustrated. I was like, stop looking at what he is doing right now. I was like, really tap into what you want it to be. And he started to shift. And now they're like traveling and he's doing all the things. And she is so happy in that relationship. But she didn't try to swipe the mirror. She worked within. All right. Yes. And so, Jennifer, I want you to know that what we get to do is you get to say, okay, what would I like for this relationship to have? Yes. Yes. What would I like this relationship to be? And change your identity, shift your identity, and then start giving yourself all of the things you're looking for externally. If you want him to hug on you, girl, hug on yourself. If you want him to have great conversations, then start having great conversations with yourself. If you want to have great conversations, to start having those conversations with your friends and your family, or start wrapping yourself and putting yourself around in a community that is lifting you up and reminding you of how amazing and how beautiful and how powerful you are. Let's see. Nina loves love. Everything about my relationship is toxic. He has been my friend for 30 years. How can I change that? Okay. So, what about, okay, I'll talk about that too. But oh, you know what? They had a couple of questions. Aligned Dreamers, let me know, did I answer that question about the question that you had? And then Lou, I will talk about if you can't choose to decide. You're welcome, Jennifer. Let's see. Okay. So I am going to come back to that. Robotic affirming. Manifestation is a system. I like to call it timeline shifting, manifestation, creating a reality that you desire, right? Because I feel like it's already manifested once I decide. Now I just need to be the person on the timeline where it's already done. Okay. And so when I know that it's already done, and that means that it's all I need to do is I need to align my identity, my state, and my calibration. Your identity is who you believe you are, and what you believe you get to receive. Okay. And so, for example, when you have a relationship and like you're your best friend, right? And you're in a relationship and it feels toxic, you get to become the person who's no longer available for a toxic relationship. And so if your identity is I have nourishing, happy, loving relationships. So for example, my client, the one who was traveling the world, her boyfriend was he had just got out of a marriage a year or so ago. Before that, he wasn't as kind and as loving as the way she would have wanted in the relationship. But instead of trying to change him, she became the woman who got to receive and experience a loving, kind, amazing relationship. Are y'all picking up what I put down? Let me know if y'all picking up what I put down. And so when I decide something, right, and I'm shifting the timeline, I need to shift my identity, my state, which means my energetic state and my emotional state and my calibration, so that this feels like the hashtag norm. I say my of course, my hashtag of course. Okay. Are y'all picking up what I put down? Let's see. Aligned Dreamer says, I'm manifesting 20,000 of constant income, even though I'm not making any sales right now. Okay. So the 3D is saying you're not making sales right now. But the person who has $20,000 in sales says, oh my goodness, sales are flowing so easily. All right. And so if you, hold on, I'm coming back to that question. I want to say, okay. And so if I'm shifting my identity to, you know what, I'm going to use example, and then I'm going to talk about robotic affirming and how it works. But it works when you understand where you are on the manifestation in the system. So what did I say the system was made up of? Your identity, your state, and your calibration. And so when you have your identity and you know who you are, you manifest who you are, right? Robotic affirming can be an intense way. When I rate like manifestation processes and things like that, and you have the robotic affirming, it can work, but shifting your identity and becoming the person who has all of the things you desire, to me, is a better way to do it, instead of robotic affirming for hours and hours and hours on end. Let me know if you're feeling that, because robotic affirming, especially if it's something you want to manifest and you're like, I need it. I need to show myself that this is what I got. I got to show myself that this is what I got. You can robotic affirm and robotic affirm and robotic affirm, and then you'll receive the thing, right? But I want you to have anchored in an identity where that's your norm. And often with robotic affirming, it's to get the thing, 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 instead of it's who I am. And of course, I have the thing. Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. So I have a post and I talk about robotic affirming. It's one of those carousels, and I talk about how it doesn't work. I didn't mean it doesn't work. I just meant you need to know if it's your state that is like keeping you away from anchoring in this timeline. Is it your energy? Is it your energetically? Is it your identity? Like you don't believe that this is possible, or you're not anchored in and embodied in the identity of someone who has a $20,000 month and it is just the way it is, right? Is it your belief that you're like, okay, this isn't possible for me? Hold on. Okay. Is it your belief that, this, I'm not capable of holding this? Or like, is there epigenetics and there's some things that are happening in your bloodline that happened to keep reminding you, oh no, your ancestors had to do this, or this is something that someone who looks like you can't do it, right? And so you keep having this experience, and so you do the robotic affirming, but did you shift energetically, and did you shift in your body to hold that? And that's where robotic affirming can not work, because you're doing the robotic affirming, but you're not embodied in that. You just overwhelmed your brain enough to be like, huh, I'm tired and this is what it is. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Okay. Let me answer. There's another question here on the IGs. 1 second. So, Aligned Dreamers, I'm going to use your $20,000 a month of constant income as an example. But first, let's see. Lou says, so I must not feel amazed during the visualization of having what I want. I mean, I must feel excited and expected, but no big deal. Oh, I love that. Okay, let's see. Have to jump off. Yes, wow, loving the message and the energy. You go, lady. Happy pre-birthday. Thank you so much. And come back. You can watch the rest. It'll save on the gram. I mean, the book, the blue app. Okay. So I want to bring up to Lou. And so Lou says that, can't feel amazed during my visualization. So remember how I said it's identity, state, and calibration. You can feel excited about something, but you don't want it to feel like a shock. And so that is why one of the biggest things we do in the alignment lab is we have imagining sessions. And these imagining sessions are when we're sitting and you are imagining it, you're bringing it in your body, and you're doing it over and over and over and over and over and over again. And so the reason why things feel shocking for you is because you haven't normalized it in your nervous system. And so the reason why, like, I love what I do, because the way I talk about manifestation or timeline shifting is not just in the woo. I love the woo. I'm the woo, 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 woo woman. However, the do piece also has to do with embodiment and bringing it into your body. So this is just the way it is. And so it takes about 45 days for you to anchor in an identity. You know, it can happen faster. I've had clients where it happened faster, but when I look at the average amount of people, depending on what they've experienced, it takes about 45 days for you to anchor in an identity, for it to start to feel like this is just who I am. And so you do robotic affirming and robotic affirming and robotic affirming. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down. You do this robotic affirming, and you've done it for a couple of days. You manifested the thing, but it is not anchored in. And so then I have the people that come to me after they've done the robotic affirming, and they're like, why didn't I hold it? Why didn't I keep it? And it was because you didn't embody it. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Okay. And so the way you embody it, Of course, I love my imagining sessions because we do it consistently. You really are bringing it into your body every day. You're training your brain doesn't know the difference between if it's real or if it's not, and you get to say it's already real. Because to me, your imagining session is connecting you to the timeline. Remember how I said when you decide it is done, and now you were on that timeline, and so that is connecting you with that timeline, and you're just letting the 3D catch up. And so the more you start doing that and anchoring that in your body, then it just becomes that it is who I am. It is who I am. Okay. Yes. Lou is like, oh my God, this is clear now. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. And so once you really anchor it into your body that this is just who I am, this is just the way it is, then yes, like you can include robotic affirming in whatever you're doing, but I need you to include the imagining, and I need you to include the actions that you need to take that's going to match that. And when you go into your imagination, you are connected to that version that has all the answers, and then you're going to get ideas about what you need to do. Josito had an idea to reach out to the SP. Why? Now the SP is so obsessed with him when they didn't want to have anything to do with him, because he reached out after being in that identity of I'm the most desired king. Let me just reach out, say, hey, what's up? And now they're together. Like now they're working their way back to each other. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? And so, yes, you can do robotic affirming, but connect that with bringing that into your body. Robotic affirming is this. It's all here. All here. And I do aligned soul means mind, body, soul. It's everything. Alignment in the mind, the body, and the soul. But it can't just stay up here. It's got to be in here. It's got to be in your body. You've got to feel it real. And so that's why with the robotic affirming, it may work for a time, but will you hold it? Yes, I see all the yeses. Yes, you want it to be. How many of you want it to be your norm? Hello, Nurse Kel. You want it to be your norm. You don't want it to be just something that you like, yeah, you know. You want it to be something that is just who you are. Yes. And so that's where we come. And so so when I said 45 days, you know what I said? It said 45 days to anchor in an identity. And then 90 days. Sometimes it takes about 90 days after 20,000 women I've taught, right? 90 days for that 3D to catch up. And of course, there's some things that are going to be faster than others. Look, Josito took 3 weeks. But when I mean you anchored in that identity, it is just who you are. There's nobody can tell you, like somebody could tell you the sky. If somebody told you the sky is purple, you'd be like, no. Or if those of you who are mothers, if somebody told you you're not a mother, you'd be like, what are you talking about? Because that's your identity. Right, let's see. Michelle says, I think my visualizations feel unattainable to me. I need to normalize it in my body. You definitely do. You know what? Maybe some of my lives, we should just do imagining sessions. I'll take you through one so that you can just start bringing that in your body, because that really makes a difference. It's the core of what we do in the Alignment Lab, but also what we do in the Alignment Lab is for you to anchor in your divinity. The I am, the remembering that I am the observer, but I'm also the experiencer. I have a course, it's called Sugar Baby, right? And Sugar Baby is reminding you that you're both sugar daddy and sugar baby at the same time. So you're not going out to be like, give this to me. You're like, okay, what do I want? Okay, let me give it to myself. Yes, Sugar Baby. I love it. Let's see. Yes, I'm done with knowing it. I want to live it. Exactly. All right. Let's do another example. All right. I want you guys, who is manifesting business, money? Put that in the comments. Like, put it in the comments. We have Aligned Dreamer, 20,000 consistent income. Okay. And me, I see the me's. All right. Put down what you would love like if you had to pick a monthly income, to roll in from your business or from the career or whatever, what would it be? Put it in the comments. So we've got 20,000 from Lou. What was yours? Was it 50? I can't remember. But we've got 20,000 consistent income from Aligned Dreamers. And we know like 10,000 a month. Simone says 10,000 a month. Who else? Who else? Y'all put some more numbers down there. Hello, Becoming, Abby. So what I want you to do, all right, 10,000. Okay, I decide, and we've already done it with Aligned Dreamers, but we're going to do it again. I decide that I receive, let's say receive. I like receive better. Let's see, 75,057. What is that? Is that a month? Is that a year? What would Kabuki? What would you like? Let's see, 18,000 a month, but I'm thinking bigger to 100,000. All right. What we get to, I'm going to give you the breakdown. You know, I do woo do. That's the modality that I created. We're going to talk about the woo, and then there's a do piece for that 100,000, and you're going to see it. Let's see. Lou says, okay, Lou says of 20,000 as well. Okay, so I see some 20,000s, I see some 10,000s, I see 18,000, I see 100,000. Let's see, I decide I receive $10,000 a month to exist. I love that, Simone. Y'all type that in the comments. I decide that I receive $20,000 every single month to exist. I get paid to exist. I decide I receive, let's see, Kimmy Taco, hello. I decide I receive 18,000. Let's see, 10,000, 10,000, 18,000, 100,000. Say, just put it out there. And so when you decide that, okay, that means there's a version of you that's already doing that. Like it's already doing that, done and done. Okay. And so that version of you, we get to tap into. When you imagine, let's tap it in. I want you to all close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes. If you're not driving, if you're driving, you don't have to close your eyes because when you're driving, you're in alpha mode. So you could just keep your eyes open and just imagine while you're driving. Okay. I want you to, let's fast forward. Imagine 90 days from now, you are doing $10,000 a month on repeat. I decide I receive 10,000 every single month or more, right? 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 60,000, like those of you who had those numbers. Just imagine that it's on repeat. It's just who you are. We're going to that state. And so close your eyes. And I want you to imagine like you are the person, the woman, the person who creates and who makes whatever that number you put. Okay? It's just your norm. Every single month. Every single month, 20,000. Every single month, 10,000. Every single month, 18,000. Every single month, 100,000. Done. Okay? I want you guys to feel it. I'm going to take you through a little bit of an imagining. So I want you to breathe in through your heart, hold, and then breathe out through your womb space. And if you are a guy, you have no womb space, breathe out through that root area. Okay? So breathe in through your heart, hold, and then breathe out through this womb space. Okay? One more time. Breathe in through your heart. And then breathe out through that womb space or the root. Okay? And now I want you to imagine yourself by a spiral staircase. And you're just going to start going down the staircase. We're going to go down. We're going to count in 15. Okay? So 15. Going down. 14, you're relaxed. 13, you're relaxed. 12, more relaxed. 11, more relaxed. 10, 9, roll the shoulders back. 8, take your tongue from the top of the roof of your mouth. 7, relax your jaw. 6, relax between your eyes, just relax your face. 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you're at the bottom of this beautiful hall, and I want you to walk all the way to this tall door. It's like 30 feet high, this door. It's glorious. It's beautiful. There's a knob, but you don't have to touch the knob because as soon as you approach the door, it opens for you. And as you enter through this door, you are walking directly into the version of you that has consistently, easily made the dollar number that you put into the comments, the dollar number that you've decided. It is consistently happening for you easily. Now, I want you to imagine what you are doing with this. What experiences are you having as you have $20,000 a month easily, as you have $10,000 a month done, as you have $100,000 a month coming in, whatever that number was? This is you, and you are that you. It's consistent. What is the first thing you are doing? What are you experiencing? One of the things that I think of as I have created this multiple $1,000,000 business, for me, the experience that I feel that I think of is me taking my parents to Hawaii. My dad has this thing about Hawaii. He doesn't need a passport, so he feels like that's the place to go. And so I see myself walking up to this beautiful place, and it's 2-story, and we're getting the lays placed on us, and it's me, my sister, my brother's girlfriend, my mom, my dad, and we are walking into this beautiful home. And my dad is just have a smile on his face, and he is feeling so happy. You see, that multiple $100,000 month paid for that experience. What is the experience that you can see that you are doing? You are experiencing it right now. I want to give you 30 seconds to really amp up that feeling in your body. What are you seeing? Swallow, taste. What are you hearing right now? I'm hearing a smile on my dad's face. I'm hearing my mom go, "Oh, this is so perfect." I'm feeling chills and tears and happiness. If you are Janet, you're seeing yourself and your partner all hugged up. Maybe he's bringing a surprise and a present to you because you stuck in it. You decided to have that relationship, the loving relationship. Maybe for Josito, it's a little trip to a really cool place with the SP. What are you experiencing? I want you to feel it, because it's not about the money, it's about the experience. On the other end of that money, I want you to feel it, keep feeling it, amp it up, turn it up. Make this scene even brighter in color. See it through your own eyes, feel it in your body, feel it in your heart. And I want you to breathe in. Through your heart, breathe it in. And then breathe out through that root space, that womb space, that creation space, the place where creation is. Breathe in again, feel it, amp up that feeling, brighten that room, brighten that feeling. And then breathe it out. And then one more time, breathe it in. And then breathe it out. And open your eyes and say, "So it is. So it freaking is. So it is. And so everything you saw, you've experienced. Your brain, first of all, doesn't know the difference. And guess what? There is a version of you that has experienced that. So it is. So it is. And so, what did you feel in your body as the version of you that this was just your norm? Simone is like, oh my goodness. So it is. So it is. I feel like I still feel the smile on my face. You would think we were in Hawaii right now. The tears, like I wanted to cry, thinking about having my dad get on a flight and he will be, I told y'all I turned 50 in 19 days. My dad will be 81 this year. My mom will be 78. And so that's what we do this for. That's what the $20,000 is for. That's what the $1 million months, the $100,000, whatever. Yes, joy, tears, real relief. I can't, y'all gonna make me cry again. Why y'all doing this to me? Caring creator, welcome, welcome, welcome. Gratefulness, happiness, joy, just amazing. Did we go anywhere? No, we used our imagination to connect to that timeline that we have decided is ours. And you felt joy, you felt tears, you felt relief. Nina's like, I felt like it. Yes, because it is. That is real. That was real. That experience that you felt is real. Now let the 3D catch up. And you get to choose the joy, the happiness, the relief. Now you get to feel that. You get to remind yourself, oh, yes, I am so excited for this. Okay, let's see. I felt like $20,000 is so little for me, knowing that I can just have what I wanted at 80,000. Well, then you get to one of the biggest things that I teach in the alignment lab is I call it the slip space. And so there's a thing that you're manifesting that you know you can. You're like, yay, 10,000, 20,000, da 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 da. But there's also a universe blow my mind. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for all the grab your heart knees too before we go. Join the team. Yes, join it. You don't need to wait to get to 80,000 to be the $80,000 woman. You don't need to wait. Okay. And so Lou said, I don't know exactly what I want. Well, this is where we get to choose something, and you get to know that you won't choose wrong. You can't choose incorrectly. You just get to choose something, feel into that, be that version that has it, and all of the other things will start unfolding in your life. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Oh, I see everybody's like, I'm so excited for this. I feel this. I feel it. Yes. And so we know a lot of, like, how many of you, we don't watch the news. I know y'all don't, but there's craziness going out in the world today, right? There's crazy, there's drama, right? Yeah. We didn't need to change externally what's happening in order for you to tap into the timeline that you were. I'm still feeling like I'm in Hawaii, right? You didn't need to change what's going on. You just needed to change your focus and decide that you were that version now. That's the same thing you get to do in your everyday life. So, for example, Aligned Dreamer says, at this moment in time, she hasn't seen all the sales that are flowing through yet. But you don't need to see the sales to flow through to feel I get to have $20,000 months and $1,000 months and all of that. I get to know that someone desires to buy my stuff today, right now. Are y'all picking up what I put down? Let's see. Aligned Dreamer says, yes, I live in Jordan and it's affecting me, but I am still living it, not giving the power to the people. God is stronger than them. Amen. Yes. And imagine that God is living within you, that you are the I am. And the I am is like, we are so much more strong, powerful than this, girl. Like, what are you doing? We are not stopping living our life. Born Queen, you explained this so much better for me. I am so glad. And so there is nothing that can stop you, nothing externally. In fact, doing this work that we just did, do you imagine how much peace we just sowed into the world? Imagine how much joy. Yes, God is within me. I will not fail. Amen. You are the I am. I am the I am. I am is within you. God is within you. Divinity is within you. So nothing that these fools out here, all the tomfoolery that's going on does not need to affect you. That includes tomfoolery for your partners and tomfoolery for other people. And so what we just did, we sowed in so much joy, so much relief, so much into this reality by us choosing to do that imagining together. In all of the spaces, if I add up, there's about 40 of you, and who knows who's watching on the FYP. And so just us choosing to do that created peace, joy, and love. Let's see, it all will reflect in my 3D. Yes, it just needs to catch up. And so what we get to do is not focus on the 3D. Like, no, what you get to focus on now, well, let's talk about the do. So we talked about 20,000, 80,000, 100,000, 10,000. Now, y'all know I'm all about the woo. I'm the woo-wooist of the woo-woo-woo. I mean, I have a video where I talked about programming my water. So y'all know I'm woo. And there's some things that you got to do. Your imagining starts to activate the ideas. It starts to activate the cheat codes that you get to place into this reality. Okay? And so somebody, I think, put that they have 100,000. Like they say, 18,000 sounds good, but 100,000. So $100,000 you, $80,000 you, $10,000 you. Have you created the avenue for that to come through? So when I decided that I got to have the multiple $1 million, I needed to create an avenue for people to invest in themselves and also for me to receive. So do you have the $100,000 offer suite or product program? Do you have the $20,000 or $80,000 experience that people can just be like, boom, here we go? The Femme Divine bought my best-selling book. Guys, I have a best-selling book. It's called The Aligned Receiver. And she's got it on Kindle. We'll definitely be checking out your courses soon too. Total Alignment. Yay! Thank you, The Feminine Divine. And check that link if you guys want to just even take the assessment to see where you are as far as like what you're manifesting and what you want in your life. I have this experience. It's called the alignment assessment. And so it would tell you if it's your identity, your state, or your calibration. And then you'll know exactly what to do. You'll also get to go to the 3-day event where I take you through what all of that means and to set up your 45-day protocol to anchor in your identity. It is for you on this live, and those of you who are all in all the spaces, you use the link. You click the thing and the thing, I'll drop the link. Let me drop the link. And I'm going to give you the code. The code is on TikTok, and it gives you 90% off the webinar price so that you can experience that. So let me drop that here. I'm going to drop it here. Those of you on TT, you don't have to, you can go to the picture and do all the things. But the code that I want you to use, it's usually active maybe about an hour or so after these lives. I keep it active so that anybody that's watching the replay in all the places can still use the code. Okay, there it is. Live 77. So definitely that'll get you, it's $77 where you get the 3-day event. You get the 45-day protocol. Consuela was on this call. She was a part of the 3-day event. The 3-day event, y'all think this is good. 3-day event is amazing. And then you also get a 45-day protocol so you'll know how to anchor in your identity, the I amness of your identity. And so definitely do that. So click that. Okay, let's see. I have a question. Why sometimes you feel inside of you a little sad of having what you dream of? Oh my goodness. Have you ever, anybody, if you felt that, like sad, like you felt some sadness of having what you desire, let me know. Put it in the comments. Hello, Maynor. If you've ever felt some sadness with the desire, let me tell you why this happens. So oftentimes when you are manifesting something, right? And we do this in the alignment lab, that link gives you like, I think $1,000 or it might be $2,000. I have to double check off of the alignment lab. When you are shifting identities, there is part of you that you are leaving behind. Oh, guys, look at the number of hearts. On TikTok, we have 11,100 hearts. I love that. 1111. Hello, Lux Vision. So you have an identity that you are leaving behind. And so there are some things that you used to do, some people maybe even that you used to hang out with. There are some friends, maybe even some family members that you will be leaving behind somewhat, or you will be shifting. And there's some sadness that can be there. And that's sometimes a reason why we haven't shifted our identity, because we are afraid to leave people behind. And so that sadness, when you go into feeling the thing that you desire, could be because you know that there are some changes that are going to happen. Yes, Simone says yes, yes, yes. And so what I want you to do is I never say we do not feel our feelings. We get to feel the sadness, that we just don't create a story about it. That means that, oh, I'm feeling sad because I don't want it, or, oh, I'm feeling sad because it's not mine. Nope. The story that we create about if we feel some sadness, or we feel some anger, or we feel something, that story gets to be, oh, wow, okay, I'm feeling a little bit of sadness. I'm going to feel it. I get to breathe into it. You know what? I'm going to love myself through this, because there's parts of me that I'm leaving behind. And I get to joyfully leave those behind, but I also get to grieve the pieces of me that I'm no longer taking with me. Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. And if this was clicking, Lou, let me know. Okay. Align Dreamer says, used to feel it, but I knew it was because I was addicted to scarcity. Yes, addicted to scarcity. And I was sad because I knew I couldn't have it. But then I changed that belief. And now it feels amazing when I think about my desires. Exactly. Naturo, hello. Thank you for joining. And so if you feel some sadness, I don't want you to make up the story that it's because you're not supposed to have what you want. You are just leaving behind some pieces and some parts that don't get to come on this ride with you, or not in the way that they were. Let me know. Picking up what I'm putting down. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So let that sadness, give yourself a moment to feel the sadness. You can even cry. You can even do a funeral for that. Last live that I did, I talked about the 5 steps of quantum shifting. And one of them was to write down the old you, and then put it on a piece of paper, fold it. You can burn it. You can just bury it. You can just let it go, but do a funeral for that piece of you and properly grieve it. Give yourself a moment to say, you know what? I'm going to allow myself to release this part of me. I'm going to allow myself to release this part of me. And then when you do, you open up space for you to fully anchor in that identity. Hello, Josito. Okay. Let me know if y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. This has been such a good live. If you guys have questions, keep dropping them in. Keep dropping them in. And so that imagining session that we did, that's what we do in the alignment lab. The alignment lab is I call it the 90-day quantum shift. But once you join the alignment lab, you are part of it for the rest of your life. And so it's not a membership, it's in a community that you join and you start your 90-day quantum shift, which means wherever you are today, you get to be that identity in 90 days. And I chose 90 days because it takes about 45 days for you to truly anchor in an identity, and it's just you. It's just who you are. You don't even have to think about it. It's just the way you think, and it leads the way you think. And then in 90 days, the 3D is like catching up. And so let's see. Lux Vision said, yes, today I took a huge step in my business identity. Congratulations, Naomi. I turned 90 days into 30, so this is perfect. Exactly. It doesn't have to take time. What do I say? Time is not real. I'm talking to you guys at the human level so that you can see. Let me tell you why I started to put numbers on it. Okay. So I've led over 20,000 women do the things that we're doing here. And what I have noticed, especially when I think of the hundreds of like one-to-one clients that I've had, you guys are on this call because you're deciding that this is who I am. So you put the foot on the gas and you're like, I am all in. You go all in. And let's say you go all in and 30 days come. And then you look and you haven't gotten the manifestation yet, right? The manifestation yet. And I'm putting it in parentheses because we know that you decided it's yours. It's already done. It's because everything is catching up, right? The 3D is catching up. It's unfolding. You've had manifestations, but a lot of people forget about the things that have happened along the way to show them that it's already done. But they're looking for the big thing, the SP, the thing, right? Josito, SP, 3 weeks. Didn't take 90 days. It took 3 weeks, right? You're turning 30. Oh, you're turning 30 in 90 days. Well, happy birthday. But no, Naomi, whatever you said was actually perfect because it reminded me of, I wanted to tell everybody about this piece. So thank you. It was actually exactly what I needed. And so thank you. And so a lot of people I found like you get so excited and you're so devoted. And so you're going and you start to see things manifest. But then there's a quiet period. And you feel like nothing's happening. And this is where everyone quits. Hello, Consuela. Consuela was at the 3-day event. And she said, I'm so sorry. It was a time. No, do not apologize. It was exactly what we needed. And so the people quit right at that 30-day mark. When if they would have kept going for at least even 15 days, they would have anchored in that identity. And if they would have kept going for 45 more days, they would see everything unfolding. I want you to do something with me. Think about what were you doing on December 1st right now? Like, who are you being? What kind of conversations were you having in December? Because what you may find is that the kind of conversations you were having, the kind of things you were thinking about, the things that you were focused on, you are probably experiencing them right now. Yes, the quiet period. So Lou said, is the quiet period where everything is going crazy in life? Yes. So Josito decided he was the most desired king, decided that he was going to love himself, decided that his SP, the person that he wants to be with, was going to be obsessed with him. 3 weeks later, obsessed. She is obsessed. However, you got to keep going with it. When you start to get the manifestations, and see, I'm not saying it's going to take 90 days for you to get any manifestations. What I'm saying is that things are going to start unfolding, and then you may have a situation or a circumstance where it feels like things are falling apart or it feels like nothing's happening. This is the void. You get to stay stronger, go even harder, press the foot on the gas even more. This is why I created the Alignment Lab, because when you are pressing the gas for 90 days and you have decided, I know things are happening and unfolding and it's already just mine, and I'm continuing to do this with myself, with a coach, with a mentor for 90 days, imagine where Josito is going to be 90 days from now. Because guess what? When the crazy stuff happens, did I ever tell you guys about the time that I had the $60,000 month and then all heck broke loose? Let me tell you that story again. Ciao. Let me drink some water. Talk about crazy periods. So I manifested a $60,000 month. I was like, I felt so good about myself. Good. For about 3 days. Because right after that, this was 2021. So about 5 years ago. Yeah. For about 2 days, maybe it was a day. I was so proud of myself, but then all of the crazy, all the things that Lou was talking about came in my head. Yes, your $30,000 month is done, Lux Vision. And so in my head, I was like, oh no, how do I keep up with this? What happens if I don't have another month? What do I need to fix? And I started to make a list of all the things that I needed to fix. So what was my focus on, y'all? My headphones fell out, but that's okay. What was my focus? What was my focus? I was so focused on things I needed to fix. What could go wrong? How do I fix this? How do I not lose this? That what happened? All heck broke loose. I got the vid. Yep. Bad things. Yes. And I do this for a living. I've been doing this for a long time. On all the stuff I didn't want. Exactly. Because all of the things were like, I need to hold this. I need to hold it. Like, it's not going to happen. And what happened? The next month was my lowest month. I spent money. I was like, oh, I'm going to buy this coach because she's going to show me the answer. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to go into this. I spent almost a lot of it. And then had the lowest month ever. Why? Because I was so focused on trying to fix things that weren't wrong. I was so focused on trying to fix stuff. Y'all picking up what I put down. And so instead of being tapped in to be like, it's all unfolding, everything's happening, look at what happened, yay, yes, throw it at the wall technique. Yes, Nita, yes. And so I was so focused on what I needed to fix, all this stuff that was wrong with me that wasn't even wrong with me, because I wouldn't have had a $60,000 month if everything was wrong with me. Like, what? And I needed to, what I needed was a coach or a mentor to be like, slow down, girl, wake up. Yes. Stop trying to fix things. You are perfect. You are good. You had a great, no. So I had to come back. And the coach or mentor that I signed up with did not show me that. She didn't say, let's come back to what, you were doing good. Let's tap into the identity of the woman who this is her norm. She didn't do that for me. $30,000 later. She showed me what kind of coach I need to be, which is the coach that I am right now to my people. And it was to remind me that there was nothing wrong, nothing I needed to fix. There was nothing wrong with you, Lou. There's nothing wrong with you, Nay. There's nothing wrong with you, Soulfully Healing. There's nothing wrong with you, Aligned Dreamers. There's nothing wrong with you, Lux Vision. There's nothing wrong with you, Simone. Nothing wrong with you, Nina. Nothing wrong with you, Janet, Jasmine, like nothing wrong with you. All of you who are on this call, Consuela, there's nothing wrong with you. Naomi, there's nothing wrong with you. If I haven't called your name, Posito, there's nothing wrong with you. There was never anything wrong with you. What we get to focus on is all the right, all the good. Tamika, there's nothing wrong with you. Nursta, there's nothing wrong with you. When you can sit there and focus on keeping your eyes on the prize, keeping your eyes, thank you for the heart me's. You are not broken. Oh my God. You are not broken. You were never broken. No one is ever broken. No one was ever broken. No one was ever broken. And so what you get to remember is that your desire is coming up within you because there's a version of you that already has it. Every idea that you have, everything that you are being called to do, all you need to do is follow that. Simone, that's my power to make us all cry. Hello. That lady did. You are not broken. No one is broken. And I thought I was broken. And I was looking for everything to fix instead of remembering that I was already hurt, already it. And those things that were unfolding in my life were unfolding because they were meant to. And there wasn't anything that I needed to fix about me. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Say, I am not broken. You are perfection. You are the I am. You are God within you. You are divinity in this body. There is nothing for you to fix. Oh, what about healing? Okay, they're so good. I am not, you are not. Okay. A Lion Dreamer said, everyone is a life coach right now. Everyone laughed, and that put me in my head for a week. Oh, wait, no. Oh, my God. This is what I was going through now. In my first day as an MBA student, the teacher asked us to introduce ourselves. I said I was a life coach and a filmmaker, and he started laughing and said, everyone is a life coach right now, and put me. Okay, first of all, yes, we are already the person we want to be. First of all, Lion Dreamers, that professor laughed at you and mocked you because he had the issue. He never went for his dreams. He probably never wanted to be a professor. He wished he could have done all of those things. And so he projected his lack onto you. Do not receive that. Do not receive that. Cut the cords and send it back. Send it back even now. Everybody, for everybody that laughed at you, everybody that said you couldn't do what you decided you, everybody. I want everybody, imagine in your head that you have some golden shears and cut those freaking cords, send it back, say return and send a return and send a return and send her tenfold. It is not yours. It is not yours. Guess what? There are 8 billion people in this freaking world. 4 million of them speak English. 4 billion plus speak English, if not more. Are there 4 billion life coaches? No. You wouldn't want to be a life coach. You wouldn't want to be the filmmaker. You wouldn't want all of that if there wasn't a version of you that already is doing that. And there is millions of people. I want all of you to think, all of the people on the other side, the $100,000 a month, the $10,000 a month, the $20,000 a month. There are people, there are customers, clients, people on the other end of those numbers. They are praying for you, praying for what you have. And so, yes, maybe they have a couple of life coaches here and a couple of life coaches there, but nobody is you. And nobody has your life experience. And nobody does what you want. That professor is just pissed off because there was some woman life coach who's making $250,000 a month and he's not. And he knows you are on the way to do that too. And so then you could cut the cord, send that back, return to sender, send it back, send it back. Period. Period. Anybody that comes in your life, I had someone come in my life, I didn't even know it. I guess it was some kind of racial term. And he came in my life and I was just like, what? I was like, oh, okay. I didn't even know what it means. And so then I just kept teaching. And then he had to mosey on out of the live because he was announced his exit. I'm exiting because you're not paying attention. No, I'm not paying attention. And beautiful. I think she was an elderly white lady. She was like, I think that was a racist term. She said, do you have I said, I don't need moderators. Maybe one day I'll have moderators, but I said, I don't need moderators. You know what was the moderator? My light. My light was so bright, he had to mosey on out. That's what I want you to know. All of your light is so bright. No, someone will try to stamp it out, and it is up to you not to let them. Yes, Lou says mocking people is a demonic trait. Exactly. No one who is doing better than you will mock you. No one doing better than you is going to tell you you can't do something. Everyone who is doing better than you will be lifting you up, will be cheering you on, or will be running and trying to figure out because they'll think you're a competition. Nobody who is doing better is going to bring you down. All right, let me see. I'm going to come back. I said, and treat the State Farm like the good neighbor. Stay over there with that mess. Exactly. Stay over there. Stay over there with that mess. Hello, Phyllis. And so I'm going to bring up healing. Lou asked, what about healing? And so remember how I said it, you are not broken. I'm a healer, right? I'm a psychic channel. I'm a healer, like the work that I do. And how many of you guys are feeling healed? You are feeling lighter. You are feeling frequencies moving through your body that are tapped in and connected to who you decided you are, right? What I think about healing, like I said, the work that we do, you remember I said manifestation, what were the three things? It was your identity, your state, and your calibration. And so the state is the piece where I bring in it's a trademark. It's called the Aligned Soul Alchemy. And so Aligned Soul Alchemy is where we shift mind, body, and soul. That's where you can experience your inner child healing. You can experience all of that. But my standpoint on healing is that I don't need to heal in order to receive. I don't need to heal in order to be a millionaire. But I want to heal. You want to heal. You guys are on my live because you have a desire to be a better version of you. You have a desire to feel, you feel like the love that you are, right? But you get to heal and receive. The healing doesn't stop you from receiving. Right. So we get to focus on anchoring in and regulating your nervous system. Yes. And you get to make money when you feel alive and you feel like, woo, you get to be rich and you can feel regulated and you can heal while doing all of that. What if that was just a part of the journey, a part of the experience? You get to heal all the things that come up as you go. And that's why I talk about moving. That's a big piece of the woo-do. You remember how I said we're going to do the woo-woo, but we got to do the do. And that's why I have you guys doing the things that put you outside of your comfort zone, doing the things that feel uncomfortable, doing the thing that feels scary, because that's going to bring up a lot of things that you will need to heal, that you feel like you can get to heal along the way. But if I have you doing little tiny steps and things that don't make you scared, if I have you like in the alignment, the alignment lab and saying, oh no, you don't have to raise your price, but then you're like, I think I need to raise my price, and then you raise the price and you're like, what if nobody buys? Oh my God, I'm not worthy. Oh, that's where we get to heal. So you see how like you're moving, you feel something comes up, let's shift it. You're feeling, you move, you feel something comes up, you shift it. And so healing is not a prerequisite for you to receive. It's just something that you do along the way. Okay, let's see. Lou says, I except the sad feelings I'm experiencing recently, I just have to deal with them. Okay, the sad feelings. Oh, Lou, I want you to do this. Everybody, you can do it too. I might not be able to do it as much as I would want to do it, but if you're feeling those sad feelings, if you guys are feeling anything in your body, I want you to do, like, there's this process that I love to do. It's a part of step 3 of the Aligned Soul Alchemy process. And what it is like you're shaking. And so I want you to like shake and shake. And wherever you're feeling the sadness come in, you can even tap that area. Let's say the sadness was coming up here. I'm sorry, TikTok people, this might make noise on your mic, but if you're feeling that, you can tap in this area, tap, 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 right? And you can shake and like move and allow yourself to move the feelings through, because that's another thing. When we feel a strong emotion, we shouldn't stop that emotion, because then it gets stuck in our tissues and cells. So a big piece Aligned Soul Alchemy process. Lux Vision was on she heard the 3-day event. I did it I broadcasted on TikTok. And the big piece of the step 3 of the Aligned Soul Alchemy process is to shake and move and allow the feelings that come up to move out of your body, because though emotions are energy in motion. And when we stop feelings, when we stop the sadness, and when we say, I'm not going to cry here, we stick it in our body. So that now we need another situation to bring up that feeling so that we can move it through. What if you knew that feelings were just guidance? And now you get to say, oh my goodness, there's a piece that feels sad. Okay, let me move through it. And Lou, so I want you to play with that. Like, I want you to tap the areas wherever you feel it in your body. And I want you to like do a vigorous shaking and like releasing, and imagine yourself and imagine the sadness and imagine that feeling like coming up and out of your body and down your body. Okay. So imagine that. Let's see. Also learn from my don't lock it up in your body, let it move. Yes, let it move through. So I don't know if you guys saw the video. I have a video and it's showing, oh my God, I'm going to get emotional. Y'all going to give me space to be emotional again? Can I be emotional again? Let me know if y'all okay with me crying again. Okay. Okay, yes. All right. So there's a video on my list in, I think you might be able to see it in the Blue app, and you might be able to see it in the Instagram app, but definitely on TikTok. And it shows the guys from Sinners, Delroy and Michael B. Jordan. And so you guys know what happened, right? You know what happened with the BAFTA and what happened with the guy with the Tourette's, who called out the N-word to them. If you heard that story, let me know. Okay, sending love. I received the love. Okay, it's a good cry. It's a good cry. Lux Vision says yes. If you guys haven't heard the story, at the BAFTA Awards, 2 melanated actors were on the stage. They're from Sinners, right? They're from the movie Sinners. They were presenting an award. And there was a guy in the audience. He was about 40 rows back. He has a show. I'm not going to even talk about what the name of the movie is, but he has Tourette's. And he has had instances where he's called out and even did things to the Queen, and he immediately apologized. But Tourette's is where you say maybe a lot of times some of the worst things that you could ever say in that moment. And it's not that that's who you are, but it's an illness. All right. Have you guys ever heard of Tourette's? Okay. So he calls them in the middle of when they're presenting, he calls them the N-word with the hard R. And he does it twice. And he did it to another melanated woman. He did it. And here's the thing. The BAFTAs and BBC set up microphones around him. So they knew, and he has blackface in his movie. So they knew that this was a possibility. They knew. And so I just feel like there's reasons for this, right? Whatever. When it happened, I didn't feel the emotions come up. But a lot of people did. Michael B. Jordan's parents cried, because I'm assuming his parents could probably be my age or older. Maybe they're even closer to my parents' age, because they lived in a time when people used to just call you that on the streets. I live in the South. I'm from New Orleans. I live in Florida right now. And so they held themselves with grace, but people were mad, rightfully so. Are y'all picking up what? Rightfully so. And so I'm watching another video. Let's see. Cat Williams says those type of situations don't come up in them shows without intention. Exactly. Exactly. And so I didn't feel emotional at that time. But and I was watching that video that they were at the NAACP Awards, and they walked on stage, and actually this time it was Delroy and Ryan Coogler, who is the director, and they got a standing ovation, and they stood up and they were just so celebrated. And I started to cry so hard when I was watching that video. And when he said, Delroy said, it just feels good to be in a room where I don't have to explain myself, I started to cry even more. And I'm telling you this, I'm bringing this up because we're unconscious about some things that we could be holding on to. So for me, I was unconscious about how much that incident hurt me, because for 50 years, you just deal with it. It happens, you keep moving, right? You just keep moving, you keep existing. And you're just like, I am not going to let that person, like I said about cut the cords, boom, boom, boom. You're like, I am not going to let that person hurt me. But when you're finally in a space and in a room where you can be accepted and loved for who you are, which I love, the Aligned Soul Universe, everyone is welcome. You are loved for who you are. I was able to see them be so loved and so held that I cried. And that felt so good to release those tears. It felt so good to release that, you know? And yeah, oh my goodness, guys, let me read something. So the original definition of that word with the hard aura only in etymology means king. Naga, negus means king. And it is only an insult because they made us think it was. Do you guys feel that power in that? Thank you, Ultra. We created all languages, but accepted their definition. Yes. Amen. Thank you. Thank you, Ultra. Because let's see. Yes, they happened to a person when they trigger. Yes, it didn't land. I saw the hurt before until he processed it. Thank you. And so, yes, exactly. I've been there before. Stop crying. Please, we accept and love you for who you are. Oh, I know you do. Thank you, Lou. And thank you, Alive Dreamers. But the reason why I was crying is because I finally got to, it wasn't sadness tears. It was a release of, accept myself. I love myself. I love who I am. And no one else can determine what that means. And so the crying moment, I didn't stop it, because if I would have assumed that that was because I was sad, or if I assumed that it was because it was heavy, I would have stopped myself from crying. But I let myself cry and cry and cry. And it felt so good because I felt so proud. I felt the king. I felt the royalty. I felt the acceptance. I felt the not needing to explain yourself. You see what I'm saying? And so that was so healing. That was the most healing experience. So I want you to know that when you feel something, sadness, anger, frustration, happiness, when you feel that, allow your body, allow yourself to fully feel it, and don't put a story to it that means anything. Yes. I love you guys. This is so good. Let's see. Yes, when someone sees you right where you are, it's pure magic. Yes. And it happens when we decide to see ourselves. So powerful. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my God. Guys, this is so good. Let's see if you choose to put a story to it, to give it, yes, give it a good meaning. Make all of anything that you decide, make that meaning mean what you want it to mean. Like Ultra Instinct said, the original meaning of that word, right, meant king. And it only is an insult if you if you take on their definition, if you take on the degradation of it, if you take on it. And so anything, somebody says, oh, you're a life coach, there's like 30,000 other life coaches, you get to say, yes, because we're in demand. You can take that to mean, yes, that we're in high demand. Everyone's a life coach, yes, because it's in high demand. You see, you just shift it to mean something powerful for you. And when you shift it to mean something powerful for you, you are unstoppable. Oh my goodness, I could talk 4 days, 4 days. All right, guys. Any questions? Let's see. Remember, the question is, who do you say that I am not? Who the wolf says who you are, I am is. Let's see. I'm going to shift my perspective on why I woke up emotional and stayed home today from work. You stayed home from work? Look, Michelle, you stayed home from work so you could be on this live. Congratulations, Simone. Watch for 100 minutes. Yes, that was amazing. I get the nervous people because I let them know I am a life coach and a witch with zero shame. Yes, yes, yes. Be proud to be in this live. I've been cleaning my closet. Yes, something long overdue. Exactly. That's why you did it. That's why you did it. All right. Oh my goodness. I could stay on here forever for you guys. But do you have any questions? We hit the 2-hour marks. Look, guys, this is the way the way my lives go. Like, I want you to know that when you come into the Aligned Soul world, you are so loved and adored. And there are multiple ways to enter. There are multiple ways to do that. You can do that by taking the alignment assessment and enter it into the Aligned Soul universe. You get 90% off at that link. And I'm going to do something special for you guys. Okay, because you guys stayed with me for a whole 2 hours. Let me do something special. So the Alignment Lab, I am going to change the percentage off for this time. Here we go. It's okay. Yep, I'm going to change the percentage off. All right. So with the Alignment Lab, like I said, it is a 90-day, like I set the tone for 90 days. You come in and you have your 90-day quantum leap. I'm going to change it to the 90-day quantum leap, the Alignment Lab, because you come in and you do the work that we did on this call. Okay. And so wait, I done lost, where am I? My Instagram. Okay, there's my Instagram. Let's see. We should create a community for us. Yes. Yes. And so the Alignment Lab is a space that you come in, 90-day quantum leap. We do the work that we're doing here today. But then once you're in, you're in. You can do a couple of 90-day, what do you call it? 90-day. I call them 90-day cycles, right? Where you just put your foot on the gas and you're like, this is who I'm being. And you shift into that I am, that personality, that identity of yourself. And so with the Alignment Lab, it is, like I say, it's once you're in, and it is a $3,000 experience. However, because you have been on this call with me, I'm going to change the percent off to 66.68%, which is going to give you $2,000 off that experience. If you are feeling like, Christine, I want to be in your world, I'm going to cry again. I want to be in your world. It will be $997. And there's an opportunity for you to get it from Affirm. If you message me directly, I can get you the link to Affirm. So that means you can break that up into 4 payments. Or if you need a payment plan for that, just message me. And if you can't get approved for the Affirm, I'll create one for you. Okay. And so it would be $997 and you're in for life. And then you get to be a part of the Imagining Labs. You get to be a part of the manifestation sprints. You get to be a part of the timeline shifting experiences. You get to be a part of every single call that we have and every single coaching call. And you get to call me your manifestation auntie. I'm too cute to be an auntie, right? I know I'm turning 50, but I'm too pretty to be an auntie, right? I'm too young. I feel way young. I feel like I'm too young to be an auntie. But I want to give you guys that. So 2,000 off. And if you feel like, oh my God, Christine, this is calling my name, just message me, DM me. You know what I'm going to put? I think there's here we go. DM me there. If you're on TikTok, like you can DM me at that link right there. And then if you're on Instagram or if you are on Facebook, my people, just look, I'm looking for my Facebook. Where are my Facebook people? Oh, there they are. If you are on Facebook, you just message me, DM me, and I will answer. I answer all of my DMs. So do we have any questions? Anything else? Oh, thank you, Simone. This is just, I love what I do. And I also love bringing people back to their own power, just like Ultra Instinct did for us, to bring us back and even show us a new meaning for that word. So that if anybody tells you life coach, who are you? Witch, who are you? Like all of those things, right? That like, don't people always say negative things about witches, right? It's like, whatever. A witch is someone who's connected to the earth and connected to the ground. Your priestess is connected to all that is. Like, we get to make these things mean what we want to make them mean. Okay. Manifestation girl, not auntie. Yes, I receive it, Lou. Thank you. Let's see. Aligned Dreamer says, those live streams are amazing. Thank you so much. This is really life-changing. And the fact that you're giving us this for free makes me can't wait to invest in you and my work. Oh, invest in myself and your work. Oh my God. Aligned Dreamers, don't have me cry again. Like I said, Josito took what we did in these calls, implemented it, and his SP is now obsessed with him. I give you everything. You guys get to invest in yourself when you're ready, because I'm going to be here. I've been here for how many years? I'm not going anywhere. Artemis! Hello, Artemis. Welcome, Artemis. We all love Artemis. Tell Artemis hello. He's the billionaire, $billion man, building that $1 billion idea. Welcome, Artemis. Hello, Christine. Don't have me cry. Thank you, Artemis. A goat. I've never seen a goat. Thank you for the roses, Artemis. Hello, Christine from Christine. Thank you for the heart puffs. Artemis, you're the bomb. Thank you for oh my God, Artemis, don't make me cry. I love you so much too. $1 billion man. Oh God. Okay. Do you guys have any more questions? Because thank you for the gold populars, Artemis. I appreciate you guys. If you are on the TikTok app, grab your heart me's, because I have put a schedule. I will be going live at 1:00. If you're listening on Instagram and to YouTube, all the places, I will be going live at 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. I'm going to be in the Central Time Zone, so I'll be at 12:00 that time on Wednesday. I might do a voice, like an audio live. I don't think I can do it for you guys if you're in somewhere else other than TikTok. But TikTok, what I might do is do one of those audio lives so that I can like not be on camera, but I can do some while we are driving. While we're doing that, like while I'm on the way to New Orleans, I'll do an audio and then I can do some coaching. Okay. So like if you have questions, if you're like, how do I implement this and all of that stuff, if you don't have a TikTok account, like come to and then you be able to come on that. So that's Wednesday. I don't know what time. I'll let you guys know. But I appreciate you. Thank you so much for just this day. Let's see. You are literally showing up with what you are teaching us. I love you for that. Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. And if you have questions, if you want to take the alignment assessment, message me. You get 90% off. If you want to be a part of the alignment lab, message me. You get like I said, I'm going to give you, it's almost 70% off. It's $2,000 off. And that's because you were on this live. Just remind me, hey, I was on this live and I really want to like work with you, be in your world, do the things. Just message me. I have time and space and I will answer your questions. If you have any questions about it, let me know. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your heart. Thank you for just that imagining that we did together. I want you to know that we changed the world. We shifted how the world gets to show up. And so, hello, Allie. We are so powerful. You are that powerful. And so I just want to say thank you so much. I'm going to end the live stream